Okay, so welcome to this free webinar. In this webinar, you're going to be getting a confidence boost at a subconscious level, which is the level that truly matters. And towards the end of the webinar, you will be getting a hypnosis experience. So stay until the end, okay? You don't want to miss that. And if you need to leave the webinar, don't worry, there will be a replay. So even if you miss the hypnosis or you get interrupted during that time, there will be a replay. So you can just catch up on that. Hi, Julie. Hi, ladies. So make sure that you have a notebook and pen at the ready because you will be answering some questions and taking some notes. And then make sure as well that you are in a comfortable and quiet place so that when we start the hypnosis, you're not going to be disturbed. Okay. All right, so basically I wasn't thinking of doing another webinar now, but then I thought, well, as summer is slowly, very slowly starting here in the UK and that more COVID restrictions are being lifted, I thought that's the perfect time to actually work on confidence and self-esteem, you know, so that you can get yourself out there more and socialize with more ease maybe and feel better with yourself so that you can start proper good foundations before September. Okay, so I thought that's a good time to work on confidence. So here's a short introduction to what I do. So my name is Laetitia, and I'm originally from France, but I've been in the UK for nearly 10 years now. And I'm a certified rapid transformational therapist, which is a powerful yet gentle form of hypnosis therapy. And I will talk more about that later. Let me know if any of you have experienced hypnosis or rapid transformational therapy before. So I work with women to help them release the subconscious beliefs and blocks that are stopping them from being their confident self and believing in themselves. And by going through the deep subconscious work, they're able to feel better and happier with themselves and go for what they want in life with more ease. And that's been my own journey as well. So that's why I'm really passionate about that, about increasing the levels of self-love and confidence and self-belief. Let me just check that everything is working fine here. Okay, that seems all right. Okay, so first I'm going to explain to you how our reality is mostly created by our subconscious mind. Oh God, it started to rain so much. So, hi Dil, welcome. So it's important to understand that what comes first, before any action, reaction, or feeling, is a thought. Everything starts with a thought, and a thought repeated enough times becomes a belief. And a belief gets very ingrained into our mind. And we feel, we act, and we react depending on our beliefs. So everything starts with a thought, okay? And your thoughts, your beliefs control your reactions, your actions, and your feelings. So they control a massive, massive part of your life. And your beliefs are basically stored in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind drives at least 95% of your reality. So your beliefs are like the blueprint that your mind and body work to make your reality. So your belief system is like a set of instructions for your mind to direct your life. And that is a rule of the mind. Okay, that's how the mind works. So essentially your subconscious with your thoughts and beliefs will be seeking all the experiences that will back up your belief, whether it's a negative or a positive one, in order to show you that you're right. So that's why we say that the outside mirrors the inside. And it's great when it's an empowering belief, obviously, but when it's a negative belief, then you end up actually creating a negative reality. Because remember that you feel, act, and react from your beliefs. But the good news is here that you can change your thoughts, okay? You can change your thoughts. That is neuroplasticity. You can shift your neural connections and you can change your self-image, okay? So I'm going to give you an example, which is coming from my own life before I dive deep into the deep subconscious work. So I wanted to feel and look confident. That was so important for me. That was my main goal. I wanted to talk with people, to talk to people with ease and to feel comfortable with myself. I wanted to express myself well. I wanted to be liked and appreciated. And I wanted to feel so good in my body and mind and so good with myself and proud of what I do. Okay, that's all the things that I really, really wanted. And I was able to visualize this version of me, which felt really good. And I was using positive affirmations as well and learning a lot about personal development. But I simply was not able to embody this version of myself in my reality. I wasn't getting any results. And actually, I'd be curious to know if you can relate to that, if that is your case as well. If you feel you're doing a lot of the work, a lot of the personal development work, but you're not able to embody the version of you that you want to be. Let me know in the chat box or in the comments on Facebook if you're watching this on Facebook. So the reason for that lack of result, was that I had deep beliefs that I was unlovable, that I was not interesting, that I was not good enough, that I wasn't a good person, that I was stupid, that I was not pretty. So here you can see that there was a conflict between my conscious desires of being that confident, respected and valued person, and the subconscious beliefs that I had about myself. And my beliefs did not match the reality that I wanted to create. And you're going to be creating a reality based on those subconscious beliefs, not based on your conscious desires. So it's like believing is more powerful than wanting. And of course, wanting is crucial because that gives you clarity, that gives you a guidance somewhere that you want to go to. And that's so important. But belief is going to be more powerful. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat box if it doesn't make sense. So basically what I would be experiencing from that place would be more situations that were breaking my confidence even more. I would be getting mind blanks, social anxiety. I would experience workplace bullying even as a young adult. And all of those things were confirming the limiting beliefs that I had about myself. All the ones that I gave you earlier. I'm not good enough, I'm unlovable, I'm stupid, I'm not interesting. Everything was coming to confirm those beliefs. So can any of you relate to this? Let me know. I don't know if the chat box is not working or if none of you are writing anything. Can someone just put something just so that I know the chat box is working? Is it working? Because I can't see any messages. Yes, it's working. Perfect. Thank you, Dil. I wasn't sure. Great. Okay. Good. Okay. So get a pen and paper now, because the first question I would want you to reflect on by writing is, which events in your past made you feel unloved, not good enough, not accepted? Okay, so you can write that question down. Which event in your past made you feel unloved, not good enough? And you can make a little list now of what's coming to your mind. And after the call, you can expand on the events by journaling. because I'm not going to be posing for a long time because I can't actually see you. So I don't know. So I'm not going to be posing for a long time, but start already writing some events that come to your mind directly that made you feel unloved, not good enough. That's the first question. It's going to be some awareness work that we're going to be doing here, which is very important. Your boss deal. Good. So write that, and then see if there's anything else coming up as well. And then you can journal on that a bit after the call as well. Yeah, that happens quite often with bosses if they're not using their authority very well. So the second question that I would like you to write is, what did those events made me feel and believe about myself? What did those made me feel and believe about myself? So it could be, it made me feel ashamed, made me feel like a bad person, it made me feel unworthy, made me believe I was unlovable, lesser than other people. And I would like you to write as many as you can here. And again, you can continue doing this after the webinar because I know this is going a little bit fast. So what did those events made you feel and believe about yourself? Write as many as you can here. And then the third question is that I'd like you to reflect on whether those beliefs are benefiting you or not. Because the mind's number one job is to protect you from pain in order to keep you alive. And it could be that staying the way you are is preventing you from facing what the mind sees as potential hurt, pain, and danger. And it is quite counterintuitive for our logical conscious mind to think that remaining not confident with low self-esteem and social anxiety is actually benefiting us. But the subconscious mind works in its own way. So I'm going to give you an example. For example, staying with low confidence and being stuck with social anxiety could carry the fake benefit of protecting you from rejection, from judgment, from failure. And so it's actually playing a role in your life. And that is to protect you. It's usually to protect you. In some cases, it is to punish you. But in most cases, it is to protect you. So again, let me know if that makes sense, and share in the chat box if you are thinking right now of a way that your negative beliefs could actually be benefiting you by keeping you where you are. I'm curious to know if you found something, because it's not necessarily easy to find by yourself, especially if you're new to this type of work, but it's a very, very important part of the process. So obviously, it's also keeping you in your comfort zone, keeping you in the familiar space. But it could be, for example, that if you keep carrying social anxiety, it could be that it's protecting you from maybe feeling rejected if you get out there, if you start socializing, or feeling that you're unlikable. Okay, so that's the hidden benefits. And then the fourth question, but I would like you to do that after the webinar, is I would like you to take some quiet time to journal on how being who you want to be is going to improve your life and the life of the people around you. So how you being more confident, happier, and feeling better with yourself is going to bring greater benefits than staying where you are. And make this vision of who you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to feel, make it very vivid and positive so that your mind will want to take you there. And remember here that repetition is important. Okay, the mind learns by repetition. So this work, you don't just do it once, but you do it again and again, so that your mind can start understanding that you becoming more confident, you having more self-esteem, you putting yourself out there, going after what you want, actually doesn't carry danger, but carry happiness and fulfillment. Positivity. Okay, because remember that the mind otherwise is going to try to take you away from pain. So it needs to be compelling. So how many of you here have been actually creating quite a negative vision about your goals, for example? They can be inner goals of increasing your confidence, or they can be outer goals of like maybe starting a business or getting into a relationship or changing job. Who here feels that maybe they've not been painting such a positive image of those goals? You can share if you want. But let me see. Oh, hi Amber. I just saw your comment on Facebook right now. So before we dive into the hypnosis taster to give you a confidence boost, I want to tell you a little bit more about the method that I use, the hypnosis-based method that I use with my clients, which is called Rapid Transformational Therapy, or RTT in short. And this method had a massive impact on my confidence journey in releasing social anxiety, not experiencing bullying anymore, loving and accepting myself to levels that I didn't know were possible for me after more than a decade of self-loathing, really more than a decade. And actually that's something, I have some clients who've been telling me that they started experiencing self-love and acceptance to levels they didn't know were possible for them. And I think that's really, really beautiful. It's like we actually have everything inside of us. And thanks to that deep inner work, I've also started to attract people who reflected this new sense of self-worth. And I started to take more action on what I wanted. And the list goes on, because inner confidence and self-belief are the foundations, and it really trickles down into many, many different areas. So with RTT, we basically uncover the root cause of the issue, whether it's lack of confidence or feeling unlovable, fear of rejection or procrastination, anxiety, etc. And we bring reframe, detachment, and healing to the roots. And that is done with various tools. And then we start planting the seeds of better and more positive beliefs in your subconscious mind. So for those of you who've already experienced it or know about it, I'm sorry to be repeating things that you may already know. But if you've never heard of RTT, I just want to tell you a bit about the difference between RTT and more general hypnotherapy, so you have an idea. So RTT is a combination of several methods, including NLP, CBT, psychotherapy, and hypnotherapy. And it's been proven to be giving faster results than general hypnotherapy. And I believe that is because it is an interactive therapy where instead of just suggestions and visualizations, although there's of course a lot of that, we do an actual therapy work during the session. So we are communicating during the whole session, and they are pretty long. They're like 2 hours to 2.5 hours long, where we do a therapy work of expressing repressed feelings, of digging deep into what caused the issue. We work with the inner child. We reintegrate some parts of you and other tools, in order to really bring healing to the roots. And we say that one RTT session can be equivalent to about 6 months of talking therapy, as we dig really deep and we go straight to the root. And what is also specific with RTT is that you get a recording to listen to for at least 21 days, which is made to measure for you in order to rewire the mind. And then I also add to this subconscious work tools that have worked well for myself and my clients. So then it's quite an intuitive process depending on what I feel that the person in front of me needs. And the hypnosis experience is coming, but I would like to give you an example of the results that you can get. And to do that, I would like you to share the results of a client who finished her package with me very recently. And she came to me to increase her self-confidence and self-esteem, and to decrease social anxiety and tackle her phone phobia. Sorry, I think I'm going to sneeze. Maybe later. Those allergies, I don't know if you have them. And I think this is very fitting for this webinar around confidence. Not the sneezing, the results of my client. So after only one RTT session together in a package, here are the results she got to give you an idea of the kind of results you can get around confidence. She's been feeling more confident and better with herself, with a sharp increase in self-love. She's greatly improved her self-worth. And because her self-worth has improved a lot, then she's been saying what she wants and saying what she needs, which she used to never do before. She's been setting healthy and loving boundaries by making her well-being a priority, which again, she never did before. And she used to be so frustrated by this. And her setting those boundaries has also been very well received. So she saw that it's actually okay to put herself first. She's been experiencing great social interactions where she felt that she could be herself, that she felt present, she felt confident, she felt valuable. And that's something that is so wonderful when you start healing your self-love and your confidence and healing your fear of rejection. It's that improvement in your interactions. It's really beautiful. She's been feeling less fear of judgment, less overthinking, and more spontaneous action taking. She's been feeling more creative as well. She's a creative person, but she has been burying that creativity before, and now it started to come back up. And she's been giving some important phone calls without feeling anxious. And remember, she had very, very serious phone phobia, okay? And we didn't even tackle the phone phobia, especially during the session, but we worked on the root of the low confidence and the low self-worth. So it's to show you that it really trickles down into different areas. So what that shows you is the power of the deep subconscious work, because she had been carrying that low confidence and low self-esteem and anxiety for, I think, about 20 years, actually. So you are not stuck with the way you're feeling right now. You're not stuck with who you feel you are being right now. Okay, that can change, that can shift and become better. So before we start the hypnosis taster, let me know if you have any questions about what you're going to experience during this taster. Okay, let me know if there's any questions around that. You will get a chance at the end to ask all your questions and share your experience of the hypnosis taster, which is very, very encouraged. So do you have any questions about the taster? I will switch off my video during the taster because I want to make sure that you are not tempted to look at the screen. So you can either lie down in bed or sit up in a comfortable place. Just make sure you're not going to be disturbed. You will have your eyes closed. And I want to tell you that if you've not experienced hypnosis before, it's probably not what you're expecting. Okay, so hypnosis is a very natural state. For example, when you're watching a film or series and you're completely into it, that is a hypnotic state, basically. It's like your subconscious mind is completely receptive and absorbs everything. and your conscious mind has drifted away. Or the same, let's say you are driving and then you don't even remember that you already went past a certain city or a certain street because you were in a kind of autopilot. And that's because your subconscious mind had taken over. That is the same as a hypnotic state. So it's very natural. So you're going to be fully aware. You're going to be fully conscious, fully awake. Chances are you're going to have thoughts. And there may be thoughts of, oh my God, this is not working, or I'm not doing this properly, or yeah. So just don't pay too much attention to those thoughts, and just remember to kind of stay focused and receptive to what is coming up for you and to what you are feeling. Okay. So the taster is going to be about 20 minutes long. And there's just a little disclaimer that I'm going to read beforehand, just because I have to. So this is the disclaimer. This taster involves hypnosis and being put in a deeply relaxed state. If you have epilepsy or a psychotic illness, it's recommended for you not to go into hypnosis. You agree that Laetitia Cazot, trading as your best true self, holds no liability for any potential outcome. Obviously, this is completely safe. Okay, it's going to be a bit like a guided meditation, but I have to read the disclaimer. So, is there any questions, or are you all ready to start? What happens if you fall asleep? Well, if you fall asleep, it's okay. It will be good for you then to catch the replay, okay? Because this is an active hypnosis in the sense that you're going to be participating in your mind. So you must not fall asleep. But if you fall asleep, don't worry. You will catch the replay and do it again. So before I switch off my video, so let me know if there's any more question. I just want to show you the position of the eyes that you're going to take just at the start. So I will be guiding you through it, but before you close your eyes for 3 breaths, you will be looking up like this, as if you are looking into your eyebrows. And you will be taking 3 breaths while looking up. And then as I tell you to do so, you will be closing your eyes. Okay? And the reason we do that is that it gives a surge of alpha brain waves, which helps to connect to the subconscious mind. And actually, if you have anxiety or panic attacks, not during this session, but in general, it's actually a good thing to do in order to calm down. So that's a little tip here. Okay? So if you are ready to start, then I'm just going to switch off my video. 1 second. Okay. And we're going to start. Okay, and you can share your experience afterwards and ask your questions. Okay. So set yourself comfortably now and try to relax your body with your hands and feet not touching. And look up as high as you can now, as if you are looking into your eyebrows or at your mind's eye. Keep your eyes glued to that spot, breathing in relaxation and breathing out any tension or stresses. And one more time, breathe in and breathe out. And one very last time now, breathe in, keep your eyeballs rolled up. And as you breathe out, just close your eyelids right down, all the way down. As your eyelids shut down, the muscles and nerves in and around your eyes are becoming heavy and sleepy now. Your eyes feel relaxed and heavy, and it feels like it's almost just too much trouble to open them. And that is okay, because you know that it's perfectly safe to keep them closed, that you are in good hands, and you continue to drift into a deeper state of relaxation now. Notice a feeling of calm and peace settling into your body. Just relax your eyebrows. Relax the corners of your mouth. Relax your shoulders. You don't have to do anything or think about anything, but just allow relaxation to happen. Time slowly becomes insignificant, and as that drifting, floating feeling continues to grow, you realize that you can see perfectly well with your eyes closed. And I want you to imagine that you are in a beautiful meadow. The grass is green and soft. You can feel the sun on your face. And there are beautiful, colorful flowers around you. You hear the gentle sound of a stream in the distance. And as you walk in this beautiful meadow, you can see in front of your eyes a staircase with 10 steps going down right in front of you. And you're standing at the top of those steps, and you know that at the bottom is a quiet, loving and healing place. And I'm going to count you down from 10 to 1 as you go down the steps. So you're moving on to step 10 now. You're moving towards that loving and healing place. You are taking step 9 and 8, and you can feel and see your feet walking down each step. You're moving on to step 7 now, and you calmly, easily let yourself drift deeper. You're taking step 6 and 5, and you can hear the sound of your feet gently going down the steps. You're taking step 4 and 3, and every sound and movement around you is carrying you deeper into relaxation and focus. You're taking step 2 now, and you gently let yourself go deeper. You are stepping onto step 1 now. Gently drift deeper now. Sink deeper into yourself. And every time I click my fingers, you drift deeper, go deeper, move deeper, and sink deeper into yourself. And your conscious mind drifts away now. So just trust that you are going through this hypnosis process perfectly well. There is no right or wrong way. Let's take a couple of calming breaths now. And I want you to imagine that your eyes are glued shut, sealed shut, locked together. And the harder you try to open them, the more they feel absolutely locked tight. Try to open your eyes now. Find they are locked shut. Go deeper. Try to open your eyes. Find they are glued shut. Go deeper. Try to open your eyes. Find they are fused together, sealed together, and go deeper now. Good. So now I'd like you to go back in your mind to the childhood home that you lived in between birth and about 16 years old. And if you lived in several homes, you let your mind guide you to the one that matters right now. See yourself walking up to that childhood home and pushing the front door open. You are in that familiar space now. And you walk straight to the room that you slept in as a child, and you pause in front of the door. The door is closed. And behind that door, there is a young version of you who felt not good enough, maybe unlovable, not good with herself. and you have complete affinity with each other. She trusts you and knows you love her. Are you ready now to open the door? Because she is. So feel the door handle in your hand now as you push it open. And it reveals that younger you. How old is she? And I want you to come inside the room with her. Go close to that younger you now. And I want you to ask her a question. And that question is, why do you not feel good about yourself? And listen to her answer. Why do you not feel good about yourself? Do you feel loved and accepted by your parents or caregivers? Then ask her, do you feel included and appreciated by your peers? And now ask that little you, do you feel that who you are is enough to be loved and appreciated? And what makes you feel and believe that you are not enough? And see what comes up. Is she feeling shame for something that she did? Is she feeling rejected? Is she feeling loved conditionally? And now that you got some answers from that younger you, I want you to allow your mind to show you a scene, a memory that is one of the root causes of you not feeling good enough, feeling unlovable or inferior maybe. And I will count you down now from 5 to 1. On the count of 5, you are drifting back to a vivid, significant scene connected to not feeling good enough. On the count of 4, you're becoming smaller. On the count of 3, you're becoming lighter, shorter, and younger. On the count of 2, you are traveling back in time to a significant scene that has all to do with not feeling good enough, feeling unlovable. And as I click my fingers, a scene is coming in your mind now. Is it daytime or nighttime in that scene, or image, or flicker of a scene? Are you inside or outside? How old are you about? And are you alone or with someone? And if you don't have a scene, do not worry and see if anything comes up later on. So in that scene, why does the younger you feel unlovable, inferior, and not good enough? Why? And which beliefs did she form there in that scene? And what did she feel? Now I want you, as your adult self, to go inside that scene and go next to the younger you. And make yourself seen by her. She is not lonely anymore. She has you by her side. She has an ally, and she's safe now. Look at her and smile at her. She smiles back at you, feeling the love in your eyes. So now take in your arms that beautiful, lovable younger version of you who wanted to be loved, looked after, who wanted to feel accepted, and give her a big hug. And you can wrap your own arms around yourself if you'd like, and allow any feeling to come up as you give her a loving hug. And I want you to say to her, in your head or aloud, I love you, little you. You are perfect in your imperfections. You did nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with you. You are beautiful, lovable, enough, and worthy. Anyone who made you feel rejected, not good enough, or unsafe, was reacting from their own wounds. So it was never about you. You are beautiful inside and out. You deserve love, care, support, and success. You deserve to feel good about yourself and your life. Your needs matter greatly, as much as anyone else's. You have what it takes to follow your heart. Follow what lights you up. And know that it will get better. You are amazing, little you. That is the truth, and I love you. And add anything you want to say to that younger you now, anything she wants to hear from you. Good. And now listen to those words. You are more than enough just by being you. You do not have to have, get, achieve anything in order to be worthy and enough. That is a false story in the collective consciousness. And let those words sink into your subconscious mind now, as it knows deeply that it is the truth. I am tapping into the more confident version of me now, because I am getting a powerful realization. Nothing that happened to me was actually about me. Nothing that hurt me was the truth about me. The truth about me is the one I choose, which is that I decide to love and accept myself more now. To focus on my many wonderful qualities. To understand that I am human and that humans make mistakes sometimes. I decide to set healthy and loving boundaries and to surround myself with people who make me feel good. I choose to think that people will like me, because why wouldn't they? And if they don't, it does not matter anymore, because I can't be an energetic match to everyone. And now I want you to see that version of you right now in front of your mind's eye, that version of you who is confident, feeling so good in her body and mind, so free. She is herself, she's free from limitations. See how she moves with presence, embodiment, and confidence. Hear how she speaks with self-belief, passion, and confidence. See what she wears, who she's with, and what she does. And fill yourself with the beautiful feelings from that image now. Feel into them. And the truth is that that version of you is already you. It's inside you. It's your best true self, and it's behind that veil of limiting beliefs, of fears, hurts, and past experiences. And it is available for you to embody. And a lot of people have been able to increase their confidence and feel better with themselves after years, sometimes decades of low self-esteem. So if they could do it, so can you. Now take a deep breath. And on the count of 3, you will come back to your full awareness, feeling a bit lighter maybe, a bit more peaceful, knowing that you can be your best authentic self and that you are worthy, that who you want to be is already inside of you. Isn't that beautiful? So now, ready to love yourself more, you can open up your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Open up your eyes now. Okay, so you can all gently come back to your full awareness. Come back into the room, into your body. And let me know, how was that experience for you? Okay, I would love to hear about your experience of it. And obviously this is a short group taster, okay, but I'm super curious to know what What feelings came up for you? And if anything came up that surprised you, maybe. And feel free to ask your questions about your experience of this little taster. Let me know, ladies. Did you fall asleep? Please share in the chat box so I can know your experience. It felt strangely calm. Yes, and did you manage to see any scene, Dil? Any scene or image? Anna, I managed to be interrupted twice, even with my door closed. I'll try again with the replay. Yes, sure, absolutely. Yeah, you'll catch the replay. Deal, almost as though I was witnessing a painful scene. Okay, so you felt like a witness, an outsider to what you were seeing. This is actually quite good because, I mean, obviously I do not know at all your background, but if there have been some traumatic events or really painful experiences, it's good to be able to take some distance. And, sometimes during actual session, if there's been trauma or that kind of things, we would say that the scene is happening on a TV screen so that you have that distance from it. How did you feel, ladies, about coming into the scene to comfort the younger you? When I was talking to my younger self, it felt like I was talking to someone else. Okay. Is that because you feel really, really different now? Or do you think it was a kind of distancing as a kind of protection mechanism? Julie didn't fall asleep. A scene came to me that I hadn't consciously remember from over 50 years ago. I could see it and feel those emotions so clearly. Wow, from over 50 years ago. That is beautiful, Julie. Beautiful. Interesting. I hope that's been helpful for you to have that scene coming up. Interesting. What else came up for you, ladies? Did you enjoy visualizing that version of you? And are you able to connect to the fact that that version of you is already you, that it's inside of you, but it just needs to come out? Is that something that you're able to feel? Because this is really the truth. When we talk about being the best version of ourselves, and it's about being the most authentic version of ourselves and who we want to be. I believe that that best authentic version of us is actually who we are under the hurts, under the painful experiences, under the limiting beliefs. We actually already are what we want to be. That's what I believe. So it's not about being someone else. It's about connecting back to who we are. Does that speak to you? Yes, I think it's helpful. One negative thought kept arising though, that this is a way of fixing my flawed self. Okay, so here it's important to understand that we are not things to be fixed, that we are in a constant state of evolution, because, like, yeah, change and evolution is constant. So we can never get to a level where we're like completely fixed, completely healed. That just doesn't exist in the human realm. So you are not something to be fixed, but you are perfect with your imperfections. Okay, we all have imperfections, and it's about just being able to accept who we are better and to work on what we can work. But there's nothing to fix. There's just growth and evolution and feeling happier and better with who we are and giving ourselves more tools to move forward, if that makes sense. Because you are not flawed, Julie, you are not flawed. We just have wounds. And some of us carry a lot of wounds, especially when we never do this deep work. But you are not flawed. They are just wounds. So let me know if there's any more questions or things that you want to share. But the last announcement that I want to make is that if you like this experience and you would like to know more, I'm inviting you to book a free 30-minute Zoom call with me on a one-to-one basis, so that we can actually see each other, we can chat on a one-to-one basis. And we can have a chat, we can see how you can become the confident you by releasing those subconscious blocks that don't serve you. So if you would like to grasp that opportunity and book that free call with no strings attached, then drop me a yes in the comments. Okay? Drop me a yes in the comments if you would like to book that call. Okay, I'm gonna write down your names. So Dil, okay. So I believe, Julie, I believe that when you decide, as you're doing here, ladies, when you decide that it's time to improve your life, to improve the way you feel, I think this is the most wonderful first step. It really is. And it happens at the timing that is right for you as well. So this is really, I think this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay. Anybody else wants to book that free call? Let me know. And what I will do after the call is I will send you an email so that we can schedule it. Okay. And if you've not received an email back from me, let's say by tomorrow noon, probably check your spam because it may have gone in there. Okay, so let me know if there's any more questions and if anyone else wants to book a call. Just gonna wait a little bit. Okay. Seems that that's it. Let me know if there are any last minute questions. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to run this webinar. It's been a pleasure talking with you. And I'm very glad that you went along with the hypnosis experience. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget that tonight or tomorrow, whenever you want, you can finish journaling on those little questions from the start of the webinar, okay? Because they are useful. It's part of the awareness work. Okay, so I hope it's been useful for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will send an email to those of you who said yes for the call. And I will send you all a replay as well. Okay, so, well, have a lovely, lovely evening, ladies, and I will speak to you very soon. You're welcome, Dill. Thank you so much. It's been a great experience. You're very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Just waiting in case. Julie, thank you. You're welcome. My pleasure. Okay, I think that's it with the comments. I wish I could all see you. That would be easier. Okay, have a lovely evening. Speak to you soon. Bye.